Prologue: The Fall of the Last City. The war had lasted decades. The Zelthari, a ruthless machine intelligence, had swept across the galaxy, erasing civilizations in their quest for perfection. They left no survivors, only silence. The last human city, Elysium 9, fell 15 years ago. Among the ruins, a single survivor remained. Her name was Lyra. Once a brilliant engineer, she had been crushed beneath the wreckage of a collapsing skyscraper during the final bombardment. The Zelthari, believing all life extinguished, moved on. But Lyra survived, trapped, paralyzed from the waist down, unable to move, unable to scream. For 15 years she lived in silence. Her only company was the distant hum of Zelthari drones patrolling the dead city. Until he arrived. Chapter 1. The Wanderer in the Wasteland. Captain Elias Varro was a scavenger, a relic hunter who braved dead worlds, searching for forgotten technology to sell on the black market. Most thought him a fool. The Zelthari left nothing behind. But Elias had a hunch. Elysium 9 had been humanity's last stronghold. If anything valuable remained, it would be here. His ship, the Rust Bucket, touched down on the outskirts of the ruined city. The air was thick with dust, the sky a permanent shade of blood red. His boots crunched on broken glass as he activated his scanner. Life signs detected. Elias froze. That was impossible. The scanner pinged again, weak but unmistakable. Human. He followed the signal into the skeletal remains of a collapsed building, his pulse rifle ready. Then he saw her. A woman, half buried in debris, her body emaciated, her eyes wide with disbelief. "You're real," she whispered, her voice cracked from years of disuse. Elias dropped to his knees beside her. "How are you alive?" Lyra tried to move, but her legs, twisted and useless beneath the rubble, wouldn't respond. "I couldn't die," she said. "Not until someone knew we were here." Elias didn't hesitate. He dug her out, lifting her broken body into his arms. "I'm getting you out of here." Chapter 2. A broken body, a working mind. The Rust Bucket's medical bay was crude, but it stabilized her. Lyra's legs were beyond saving. Atrophy and nerve damage had set in long ago. But her mind was sharp. "You're a scavenger," she said, watching Elias tinker with a salvaged drone. "You look for old tech." He grunted. "Yeah. Pays the bills." Lyra's fingers twitched. "I was an engineer. Before the fall." Elias glanced at her. "You built things. I designed things." Her voice was quiet, but there was fire in it. "Including the defense systems that held the Zelthari back for 3 extra months." Elias whistled. "No kidding." She looked down at her ruined legs. "Doesn't matter now." Elias frowned. Then he reached under his workbench and pulled out a pair of sleek, robotic limbs, salvaged Zelthari prosthetics, modified with human tech. "Maybe it does." Chapter 3. The Gift of Motion. The surgery took hours. Elias wasn't a doctor, but he'd installed enough cybernetics to know the basics. The Zelthari legs were advanced, self-repairing, adaptive, stronger than flesh. When Lyra woke, she gasped. Her new legs gleamed in the dim light. She flexed a foot. The servos whirred softly. Elias grinned. "Try standing." She did. For the first time in 15 years, Lyra stood. Then she took a step. Then another. Then she ran. She laughed, a sound she hadn't made in over a decade. Elias watched, arms crossed, a satisfied smirk on his face. Welcome back to the land of the living. Chapter 4. A Promise of Vengeance. Lyra adapted quickly. The legs responded to her thoughts as if they'd always been hers. But her joy was short-lived. One night, she stood at the ship's viewport, staring at the dead world below. "They're still out there," she whispered. "The Zelthari." Elias joined her. "Yeah. And they'll keep killing until there's no one left." Lyra clenched her fists. "I should have died in that ruin. But I didn't. You found me. That means something." Elias raised an eyebrow. "What are you thinking?" She turned to him, eyes burning. "I'm thinking it's time to fight back." Chapter 5. The storm approaches. Lyra modified the rust bucket, upgrading its systems with her knowledge of Zelthari tech. Elias taught her to shoot, to brawl, to survive in the wilds of dead space. They became a team. Then they found the signal. A distress call from a hidden human colony, one the Zelthari hadn't found yet. But they would. Lyra looked at Elias. "We have to warn them." He nodded. "And when the Zelthari come." She activated her legs, the servos humming with lethal precision. "Then we show them what happens when you leave survivors." Epilogue. No more silence. The colony was saved. The Zelthari attack came, but Lyra's defenses held. Her knowledge, combined with Elias's scavenged tech, turned the tide. For the first time in decades, the machines retreated. As the colonists cheered, Lyra stood at the edge of their new world, her robotic legs steady beneath her. Elias joined her. "Not bad for a couple of misfits, huh?" She smiled. "This is just the beginning." 15 years in silence. Now the galaxy would hear her roar. Epilogue. No more silence. Extended ending. The Zelthari warship loomed over the colony like a blade of shadow, its hull bristling with weapons. The colonists huddled in their bunkers, their hope dwindling with every second. But Lyra wasn't afraid anymore. She stood at the forefront of the defense line, her robotic legs planted firmly in the soil of this new world. The neural interface hummed in sync with her thoughts, every movement fluid, every step charged with purpose. Beside her, Elias adjusted the scope on his rifle, his jaw set. "You ready for this?" he asked. Lyra's fingers danced over the control pad of the colony's jury-rigged defense grid. Her design. 15 years in silence, she said. "I've been ready for this since the day you pulled me out of that ruin." The Zelthari drones descended first, a black swarm, their optics glowing crimson. The colonists' pulse rifles opened fire, but the machines adapted, weaving through the barrage. Then Lyra activated her countermeasure. A pulse of distorted energy rippled from the central tower, a frequency she had reverse-engineered from the Zelthari's own systems. The drones shuddered mid-flight, their targeting systems flickering. For the first time they hesitated. Elias grinned. "That's my girl." Lyra didn't stop there. With a burst of speed from her robotic limbs, she launched herself onto a nearby ridge, her movements too fast, too human for the machines to predict. She seized a fallen drone's cannon and fired point-blank into the heart of the swarm. One by one they fell. The warship above rumbled, its main cannon charging, a final obliterating strike. But Lyra had planned for this. "Now, Elias!" He slammed his fist onto the detonator. Beneath the warship, buried in the soil, the scavenged Zelthari power cores, stolen from dead worlds, erupted in a chain reaction. The explosion tore through the ship's underbelly, sending it listing sideways, its cannon misfiring into the sky. Silence. And cheers. The colonists erupted from their shelters, their voices raw with disbelief. They had won. Lyra dropped to one knee, her breath ragged, her legs scorched but functional. Elias clapped a hand on her shoulder. Told you we'd make them pay. She looked up at the smoldering wreckage of the warship, then at the faces of the people she'd saved. This isn't over, she said. There are more colonies, more people hiding. And now we know how to hurt them. Elias nodded. Then let's go find them. Lyra stood, her robotic legs carrying her forward. No longer a survivor but a soldier. Symbol. 15 years in silence. Now the galaxy would hear all of them.